I'm Christopher Zweig, and today on CJ at the Movies, I review the feature debut from writer-director Charlotte Wells called Aftersun, Carey, Mulligan, and Zoe Kazan, and the journalist drama that brought down Harvey Weinstein's She Said, Ray Fiennes and Anya Taylor-Joy in the horror comedy The Menu, and the war drama The Inspection, which was inspired by how writer-director Alec Bratton was kicked out of his home for being gay and enlisted in the Marines. Let's take a look. Our first movie is Aftersun, and it's a somber and emotional low-key masterpiece from writer-director Charlotte Wells, who likes to call it emotionally autobiographical. Her characters are a father and daughter, both from Scotland, who take a little trip to Turkey, where the girl is curious about her father, and so are we.
Dad, he's good. Oh my god, he's doing some real slow-motion ninja moves. Think you'll ever move back to Scotland?
No.
Why?
And there's this feeling, once you leave where you're from, that you don't totally belong there again.
That's newcomer Frankie Corio as the tween named Sophie and Paul Mescal from The Lost Daughter as her father. The two of them give memorable performances as they never succumb to the cliches of a father-daughter story, but rather present their moods in sentimental ways.
You know, I want you to know that you can talk to me about anything. Whatever parties you go to, boys you meet, drugs you take.
Dad! Oh my god, what even is that?
These are my moves.
God, that's so embarrassing.
That's not embarrassing.
Aftersun hints at the young father's struggles based on his moods and emotions, and we're only able to see it through the girl's perspective. When you age, you begin to understand, or at least try to understand, the reality of your childhood and parents. Presented through Sophie's eyes, it's never irritating nor condescending. It's authentic and beautiful, and it's one of the year's very best films. Our next movie is She Said, based on the true story about how the New York Times exposed Harvey Weinstein as the rapist pig he is. The movie stars Carey Mulligan and Zoe Kazan as the journalist Megan Twohey and Joey Cantor, who both struggled to get their interviewees speaking their minds for unimaginable reasons.
In your previous stories,
how did you persuade women to tell you what had happened to them?
The case I made was, I can't change what happened to you in the past, but together we may be able to help protect other people. The truth, basically.
While it's not as deep as Spotlight, which was about how Catholic priests violated boys, She Said still leaves you depressed for the victims and rooting for the journalists to get their story straight. The performances are real and provocative, and the direction from Maria Schrader in her American debut is truthful. It's not for the faint of heart in terms of these victims, but it does remind us that women are not pieces of meat, and that they're human beings too. I can't understand their pain, but I can at least sympathize. And for our third course, The Menu, a horror comedy about a variety of rich people going to a fancy restaurant on a private island. Ray Fiennes plays the head chef who has big plans for his customers. The guests include Nicholas Hoult as a die-hard fan of his, and Anya Taylor-Joy is his date, a last-minute guest actually since the other cancelled. Fiennes knows she's ruining his night. How? I can't say for sure.
Who are you?
I am Margot. Why do you care?
I have to know if you're with us or with them.
We can pretty much tell people are going to die, especially since this is a cooking film. The Menu has a few complications in the bill, but it's mostly a wickedly funny and stylish movie that wants revenge on the rich, and that's twice this fall I've seen a dark comedy on the subject after Triangle of Sadness. I'm no food critic, but I can sense when something looks delicious, especially by the performances from its choice of actors, and this movie has some tasty things worth trying. And our last movie is The Inspection, which gave me a mixed reaction because of how well writer-director Alec Bratton retells his story about how he was kicked out of his home for being gay and enlisted in the Marines, but left me wishing it could have been longer and more complex. Jeremy Pope is electrifying as Elias French, the gay Marine, hated by the drill sergeant Bokeem Woodbine and his own mother, Gabrielle Union.
I need you to help me. I'm gonna be a Marine.
Marines. No UA's gayer than two left shoes, and everybody can see it.
And more than 50 had been wounded or injured in this attack, including several American servicemen who were on patrol there.
This is all I have left of the dream I held for you.
The Inspection has universally excellent performances and some realism in its combination of Moonlight and Full Metal Jacket. I wanted to love this movie based on those notions, but I felt there could have been more to the story, which feels crammed in a 90-minute frame. It's a movie that leaves you rooting for this boy to survive the Marines the way Bratton did, but needs more than just its humanity. It's not a perfect film, but it does at least have heart and potential. Okay, to recap the new movies I reviewed this week, thumbs way up for Aftersun, thumbs up for She Said, thumbs up for The Menu, and thumbs down for The Inspection, although I do love the performances and the atmosphere. Well, those are the movies I'm reviewing today. I'm Christopher Zweig. Stay safe, and I'll see you at the movies. For more amazing content, please like and subscribe to my channels, and please read my reviews at cjatthemovies.com and download the new HD Radio app.